Hello and welcome to day 21 of the Inktober 2020 Tangles. And today's tangle is Quin, Quin, by Jem Miller. That's Jem Miller. And this is a very simple pattern that you can use in many ways. I'm going to start. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit and try to not get my fingers in the way. Okay, do my corner dots in a border. And I'm doing this lightly on a Renaissance tile that I have cut myself. So it's a little bit lighter than the ones that you get from Zentangle. Okay, so to begin this pattern, you simply start with a circle. Okay, and then from that circle, you just build it by putting another circle, hopefully about the same size. And then just continue with that. As if you have that same circle or orb, however you like to call it, going behind that. And then what she does next is she goes in this direction, and then you just continue with your orbs. That's kind of a funny looking orb. Going back down in this direction. So if you wanted to fill an area with this pattern, then you would just continue like this and get to the bottom, and then you would do another orb coming out this direction, and then just go back up. So that's the first way that she does that. The other thing that you could do with this is that you could do this when you get to this edge of your frame. You could come and bring it all the way this way, bring it back down, and then come back across and just have a single row of these. You could do one row or two as a ribbon or a divider on your tile. Lots of possibilities there. Another thing that I've seen is putting a line and a little dot going like this. Okay. And I suppose you could turn it this way. The other thing you could do is this line with an open. An open circle or orb instead of filling it in. And then the other thing you can do is put some little lines coming out. Give it a new look. For these, you'll see what it looks like with several lines. So just play with it a little bit. I do better when I pull the lines toward me, so that's why I turn my tile this way. Okay. And then on these, I would just take my graphite and add some highlight or some shading where each one of these goes under the other one. Okay, and then in this one, I would probably add a little bit darker highlight here at the top. And then I'm going to take my tortillon and soften that. And then bring it down a little bit. And that gives you more of a look of a ball or an orb. And then I'm going to soften these kind of quickly. Oh, like I said, this would be a nice filler. So if you were to do it, you'd go up, down, back up again, and then you could fill a whole area. Or like I said, make a border or a ribbon out of that. The other thing that I have seen is I'm going to start with an orb. And I'm going to aura inside of it. And then I'm going to put that line and another orb. And then I'm just going to continue to do that. And I think this one makes a very interesting ribbon or border also. If I take my time, I get my orbs looking a little bit better. But we call it an orb instead of a circle because we're not trying to do a perfect circle. I mean, the only way to do that is if I were to get a circle maker out for each one of these. And that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the enjoyment drawing each one of these. So that gives you the idea how that could look. And again, you could come, excuse me, and put these little hatch lines at the bottom. And add your shading. Soften that. If you had a string that went kind of wavy, you could definitely make this follow that string. Okay, so there's 3 different ways of doing that. I have seen this done in spiral. I'm going to do this one a little bit smaller so that I can get it in this space. So as you do it, just keep turning. And let it spiral around itself. And just keep coming around. This, I think, would be one of those, for me, that would be very meditative. Very simple pattern. Just keep adding to it. I'm not going to put those other lines like I did here. I'm just going to put these little hash lines. Oh, it's almost off the screen. Sorry about that. See how much I got into that? And then go from there. And again, I would probably do that same kind of shading. Put just a little highlight around that and leave it open in the center. And then go around and put your shading where one goes into the other, like another. So there it is in a spiral. And then another way that you could do it, excuse me, is to put an orb in the center. And then we're going to surround it with these other orbs. And I'm going to try my best to make them about the same size. But I'm rarely super consistent. Okay, then I'm going to come up here to the top and just start coming around again. More orbs that are layered behind that first layer. I'm sorry if I'm going off the screen. And then just keep going like that. And that was pretty big. All right, so you can just keep going in that circle like that. And the way that I would shade these is kind of like I did this one here. I'm going to put some shading just in the top of each of these. Gives you a nice depth to it. Gives it some dimension. And I'm not going to worry about the direction that my light source is at, because with a true original method of Zentangle your tile, you should be able to turn it in any direction, okay, and not worry about light source. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to come back and soften each one of these and just bring it down close to the center. Keep going like this. And you can start off lightly with this shading and come back and put more. Add a little bit of shading where it goes behind another one. Okay. As I'm doing that, I want to remind you to please like these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested, I do have other videos that I have taught to my paying students. I only charge $10 per class. I also have them on YouTube, but they're private. I have how to draw Zen gems. I have a shading class and several others that I could send you a list if you're interested. Okay, once you have this, you can take a gel pen or you could just take your white chalk pencil and just add a little highlight at the top of each of these. And by the way, I do have a new laptop, and I'm very happy that now my internet module is not blinking out on me all the time. But I did find that my voice sounds different, but that's okay. We all get used to it. Okay, so there you go. There's Jem or Quin in a circle. Here's a nice border effect. This is a filler. Again, you go up, down, up. You can do it in a spiral, or you can do it around. I like this as a little flower effect. So there you go. That was quick and easy. So have fun with this one, and I will see you on the next one, which is day 22 will be Aquaflora by Zentangle. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.